Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Alex RADUS.
Thank you all so much. It's really a treat to be so far from home and get to play for a nice full crowd like this. So really appreciate you being here. It's coming through, right? There we go, there it is. All right, so yeah, my name's Alex RADUS. I'm here from Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania. This first one is about one of my hometowns, which is in Monongahela, Pennsylvania, out in western PA, where I moved around a lot as a kid, so my grandma's house was kind of like home. It's the one that stayed the same. And this is a song about what I thought it might have been like from my grandparents' generation growing up in a boom and bust steel town out in western PA. We went boom and we went bust before the rain could even rust the tin roof on the chicken shack that rang with the rumble of the railroad tracks. And we had laughter and we had a war that killed every boy who lived next door. The whole town came to say goodbye as if one of their own had died on Monongahela. That's just how they raised you. You didn't take a selfie in old Monongahela. We made metal and we made love. We prayed to the Steelers and got above. We worked hard and we gave thanks. The shells that we made shattered Panzer tanks. But oh, that river that roared through here, locomotives and molten steel, dried up, crazy as it sounds. In a dry riverbed we drowned on Monongahela. You play the cards they gave you, and you learn to take a licking in old Monongahela. Well, the kids grew up, the kids moved out. The new neighbors don't come around. We beat the Axis on the battlefield, couldn't beat their prices making steel. But there's a heartbeat in this town. It's just a few feet underground. The whole place don't seem so big, but all we gotta do is dig in Monongahela. Play the cards they gave you, and you learn to take a licking in old Monongahela. Yeah, Monongahela. Bless the forge that made you. The river's always rolling in old Monongahela. Thanks. How about another hand for Rupert Waits? He's great. Yeah. All right, this is a song. So I was really, really blessed to spend a month over in Italy a couple years ago with my family. And we did like some touristy stuff and we did some family stuff. And we took a tour of the Vatican when we were in Rome. And one of the things that the guide said that really stuck with me, I thought was so fascinating. And I love doing this song in churches because it just fits. So we were touring the Sistine Chapel, and the guide was telling us, you know, it was like a bunch of different panels that Michelangelo painted of different biblical scenes. And the first panel he painted was the Great Flood. And if you notice, and you can kind of Google this later if you're curious, that particular panel is really, really detailed. Lots and lots of people in it, lots of detail. And so he's up there on his scaffolding, you know, maybe another half a story up or something from here. He's up there on his scaffolding, he's painting, and he comes back down, finishes it up. He's like, all right, I'm done, great. I see what it looks like from the ground floor. And he comes down to the ground floor and he's like, I made everybody too small. You can't see them from down here. You can't see all the detail. And so all the other panels are much less detailed. The people are a lot bigger so that you can appreciate it from 2.5 stories away or whatever it is. So I kind of figured as a creative person, I was like, if Michelangelo messed up on the Sistine Chapel, there's hope for me, there's hope for all of us. So this is a song about, just getting cozy with imperfection. It's called The Garden of Broken Things. Michelangelo painted the great flood first, got off his scaffolding and looked up at his work for the first time from the ground floor of the chapel. And he said, it's so wrong, the figures are too small. From down here you can't see the love I put into the detail. And the detail is the master. And if the master's hands aren't good enough, if they're cracked, careless and too rough, and if his eyes refuse to see the form of what will soon be, then throw open the gates, let their rusted hinges ring. We all will till the ground in the garden of broken things. The widow's coin bought the first few stones for the bell tower to call the children home and to ring out with the miracle in the marble. Then it all went wrong. The tower starts to fall. The ground's too soft and the stone was much too small of a foundation. And then the foundation is the master. And if the master's plans aren't true enough, if they're cracked and careless and too rushed, his eyes refuse to see the storm in what will soon be, and throw open the gates, let their rusted hinges ring. We all will till the ground in the garden of broken things. Throw open the gates with the fallen angels sing. We all will find our place in the garden of broken things. Thank you. All right, so I'm gonna change it up a little bit on you because that's sort of a thing I do. I like so many different styles of music that I do this thing I like to call genre whiplash, and so I'd like to share that with you right now. You know, I'm staying tonight down in Winchester, New Hampshire, because that's my kids are now the fifth generation of my family to kind of gather around this lake, this little lake down there, and. You know, when I was growing up, my grandparents' generation introduced me to, like, you know, the swing music of the 40s and 50s, and then their kids introduced me to the folk music of the 60s and 70s, and then, you know, I was, like, listening to Guns N' Roses was what I was doing, and so, and rock music, and so it all just kind of blended together, and I've got, like, 3 bands now, because I need that to, you know, contain all of my different genres that I like to write in. So anyway, this is a tune that, when it came to me, just felt like kind of an old sort of swing jazz tune. I was bartending, and I was walking up to this table, and I overheard one of the women at the table say to her friends, she said, "You know, someday is my favorite day of the week." And I just like stopped in my tracks, and I was like, "Excuse me, did you just say someday is your favorite day of the week?" And she looked at me like I was crazy, and she's like, "No, I said Sunday." It's mine now. So that sounded like kind of an old, kind of crooner jazz tune, so that's where that went. Here we go. Someday, that's my favorite day of the week. 'Cause someday I'm gonna be exactly where I want to be. Someday you'll be here with me. That's why someday is my favorite day of the week. Someday, that's my favorite day of the week. Someday my ship is coming in. I'll be rich as a man can be. And on your hand you just might find a big old diamond ring. That's why someday is my favorite day of the week. Monday through Sunday, I'm pining for your love. Monday through Sunday, praying God above, just let the sun rise on someday. My waiting will be through, 'cause I love you every day. Someday you love me too. Oh, someday, that's my favorite day of the week. Someday you'll be moms, and we'll be dancing cheek to cheek, and we will count each day of the week by the beating of our loving hearts, 'cause we will never be apart. Oh, someday could be any day. Now mark your calendar. Oh, say how lovely someday could be. How lovely someday could be. Thanks a lot. All right, thank you so much. I want to take this opportunity to introduce you to 2 very special people in my life, my 2 little girls. I got a song for each of them, and this is one of the other tunes that I played at the Falcon Ridge Folk Festival. This next one. It's a song I wrote for my first daughter, who I named after my grandmother, or we named after my grandmother, whose name was Eleonora. My grandmother thought that that was too long, so she went by Leonora, which I always thought was a really, really pretty name. And that's what I, incorporated into this song. And then my daughter thought Leonora was too long, so now she's just Nora. And so she still sticks her fingers in her ears when I play this song, because she's like, oh, it's not my name, but it is. So anyway, we're working on that. Oh, look at my Leonora, most beautiful girl in the world. And that line becomes a problem when you have a daughter 2 years later, but I didn't know that was going to happen. So we're working on that too. Anyway, when my soul goes to my maker, my heart will stay here with her. Heaven spins faster above her, stars to be fires are bright, just to watch Leonora turn her face to the night. Mountains stop pushing upwards, hurricanes pause for a while, just to watch Leonora, in case they might see her smile. I know every daddy probably feels the same, but that only means there's a flower for every drop of rain. My soul might go to my maker, but my heart will stay with her. Rain falls down from the storm cloud, wind flies over the land, just to reach Leonora, in case they might brush her hand. And the years turn the boulders to soil, and grass pushes out of the clay, just in case Leonora's feet might take her this way. I know every daddy probably feels the same, but that only means there's a flower for every drop of rain. My soul might go to my maker, but my heart will stay with her. I know every daddy probably feels the same, but that only means there's a flower for every drop of rain. My soul might go to my maker, but my heart will stay here. My heart will stay here. My heart will stay here with her. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate that. I'm going to ask for a little help on this next one. This next one is about my daughter, Nicolette. And so we're going to do a little call and response. I'm going to say Nicolette, and you'll say Nicolette, just like this. Nicolette! Nicolette. All right, cool. We'll do that twice. So, Nicolette! Nicolette! Nicolette. Okay. And then I'll say, my little girl that I love from toe to head. You don't have to say all that. You just say toe to head. So, got it. You guys are great. All right. So, and then I'll just point out, my wife pointed out this really cool observation about these two songs, because I wrote the last one when Nora was like 2 months old. And it was one of those songs that just kind of like, just came, and 15 minutes and it was done. I started Nicolette's song when she was born, but I didn't finish it for like 2 years. And the cool thing about it is that it really incorporates her personality, because I really knew her by the time I finished the song. Whereas, and my wife was really clever to notice this, the first song, she's like, this is really kind of just about being a dad. And Nicolette's song is really, it's about Nicolette. So anyway, I thought that was cool. So, not that you've met her or anything, but maybe one day. She should come on tour with me. She's playing the drums. I'm trying to get her on tour. All right, anyway, here we go. Here's Nicolette. Prayer for Nicolette. Well, she smiles slightly, then it spreads from cheek to cheek. When you see it, you'll feel better than you have in weeks. Oh, she danced so wildly, oh, she's kicking up her feet. She got the Cajun rhythm, everybody dancing to her beat. May you laugh, love and dance forever. Never lose your joy and wonder. That's my prayer for Nicolette, my Nicolette, a little girl that I love from toe to head. And when you're blue like Pontchartrain water, just remember you're my daughter, and I love you, Nicolette. Well, heaven must need angels with a little attitude to keep that choir rocking, keep it in the groove. Yes, and when they come to earth, ooh, they lighten up the mood. Oh, they brighten every room they float into. May you find someone who loves you dearly, sees your beauty just as clearly. That's my prayer for Nicolette, my Nicolette, a little girl that I love from toe to head. And when you're blue like Pontchartrain water, just remember you're my daughter, and I love you, Nicolette. You can sing it there too if you want, that's cool. Here's a little something from a daddy to his girls. Without you there ain't nothing for me in this world. And that might seem like crazy talk until you got yourself a brood. Oh, I pray you know the joy of parenthood. May the world give its treasures freely, and some hard knocks when they're needed. That's my prayer for Nicolette, my Nicolette, a little girl that I love from toe to head. And when you're blue like Pontchartrain water, just remember you're my daughter, and I love you, Nicolette, my Nicolette, a little girl that I love from toe to head. And when you're blue like Pontchartrain water, remember you're my daughter, and I love you. Remember you're my daughter, and I love you. Just remember I love you. Thanks so much. All right. I got time for just one more, I hope, and I'd love to get my new friend Stu Fuchs to come on up and help me play this tune. In the meantime, while he's coming on up, I'll just give you a little plug for my CDs and some merch out here in the room behind me, whatever it's called. All of my CDs, if you still use the compact disc technology, all of my CDs come with a lifetime guilt-free streaming guarantee. So if you just buy it and you don't ever actually use it, then you can just stream my music forever, and I won't get paid for that. But it won't matter because you have the lifetime guilt-free streaming guarantee. Come on up, Stu, let's do it.
like that. Guilt-free streaming.
Yeah, lifetime.
They also double as coasters.
All right, so this is a tune I wrote many moons ago when I was a student at the Augusta Heritage Center in West Virginia, which is a nonprofit center for the preservation of traditional styles of music. Very, very cool place with a great mission. And I went down, I got a youth scholarship, that's how long ago it was, to Blues Week. And, all right, I'm just gonna see if I can make this work. So I got a youth scholarship to Blues Week, but Swing Week was going on at the same time. And boy, I just got really enamored with the swing music that they were playing. And so I came up with this tune, which, if you're familiar with Django Reinhardt, the late, great Django Reinhardt, who is easily one of the best guitar players who ever lived, despite the handicap, I guess, or superpower, one of the two, of having burned his hand in a fire and really only kind of having use of, I guess, 2 fingers or so, but he developed this incredible way of playing the guitar that is extremely hard to emulate. So this song is a tribute to him and also a lament about how I can't play anything like him. And when I saw the lineup for this show, I saw that Stu is a much better gypsy jazz guitar player than I am, so I thought he would, I thought I'd invite him up, and I'm really glad he said yes. So this will be fun. It's the last tune. Thank you all so much for listening. Thanks to Anonymous Coffeehouse for having me out. Really appreciate it. Coming through? Okay, cool. Here's a story I've heard told, it might be wrong, it's pretty old, about a man and his guitar. He traveled throughout the land in his family's caravan. Everyone said he was best by far. He played in Paris and Berlin, London. When the fog rolled in, you could hear him strumming through the night. Some folks said the angels had smiled on him and blessed his hands. Everyone said the devil stole his soul. But all we really know is we can't play like Django. We can't play like Django, but we can try. Oh, when I take that solo, my fingers say, oh no, kiss him goodbye. Well, they say he loved his guitar, women, wine, and smoky bars, but it was his grandson that he adored. Taught him octave melodies, flatted fifths, and minor threes. I think his favorite was the diminished chord. Jammed around those campfires, people came from miles and miles to see the master and the prodigy. They all left disappointed, no matter what that old man did. He could not teach the young boy how to swing. And that's the most important thing. We can't play like Django. We can't play like Django, but we can try. Oh, when I take that solo, my fingers say, oh no, kiss him goodbye. long life and worn out in his sleep he died. Left the boy a guitar and a couple picks. Oh, but someone made a big mistake, and on that funeral pyre placed the guitar with the paper cloth and sticks. The young boy ran with all his might. He stuck his hand into the fire, came back with a guitar and a burning sting. They all said the devil's sin or the angel's blessing passed to him, 'cause then they saw the most amazing thing. All of a sudden, little Django could swing. We can't play like Django. We can't play like Django, but we can try. Yeah, little whoa. When I take that solo, my fingers say, oh no. Kiss him goodbye. Come on, kiss him goodbye, Stu. Do that again. It's so hard, why are all the songs so hard? I can't play it, it's too hard. I'm so mad and I'm gonna go back home to practice. It's so fast, why are all the songs so fast? I can't play it, it's too fast. I'm so mad and I'm gonna go back home to practice. All right. Stu Fuchs, coming on next. Thank you all so much.
Alex RADUS.